My name is Mark Bamuti Joseph. I'm the Vice President of Social Impact and the Artistic Director of Cultural Strategy at the Kennedy Center, and one of the architects of the Cartography project.
I'm Carlos Simon, composer in residence for the John F. Kennedy Center for Performing Arts, and I'm serving as composer mentor for the Cartography project. The first iteration of the Cartography project, it was done during the pandemic, so there was a lot of limitations there, and while it was successful, it did limit, I think, some of the composers and having to come to DC rather than being in their own element.
You don't have an African America without Detroit, without the unique intersection of American industry, the collapse of industry, unparalleled cultural practice and output in the form of Motown. Detroit is a freedom city. It's a future city. In social impact, we say our equity is our North Star. We talk about a culturally equitable future. Detroit is literally the northern coordinate for Black folk during the days of the Underground Railroad, during the days of the Great Migration. It is a symbol of the manufacture that it takes to make autonomy possible. So coming out of that history and thinking about the rich cultural history from jazz, obviously, through Motown and even through the work of Jay Dilla, and thinking about that continuum of Black music, Black impact, thinking about the artistry of Donald Byrd, and the forward sound in jazz music, thinking about Detroit house music. There's a long continuum of creative expression and of political expression, all leading towards liberatory space for Black folk, which makes it a perfect place to then land us into this conversation about Black future.
Here you go.
Mad respect for both of them, obviously. I've only known Mark Bamuti, for a short period, known of his work for a little while, but being in conversation with him and watching him speak and watching him move, watching him, again, dignity, right? And Carlos is an incredible composer, somebody I've actually known of for years. And to get to sit in a room with him, to hear him talking about my work, or the work that I'm doing with Brittini, I keep going back to access, right? So when you get to have somebody of that caliber and wisdom, and expertise, it's incredible.
A lot of times, especially in gallery spaces or even open mics, which I curate a lot of spaces for that, people seem to only exist in what was. And I think that's definitely very important. Like Black History Month comes up, we have a group of students, they aren't necessarily informed about what was, before we were enslaved people, while we were enslaved people. But right now I'm really in a space where I want to talk about what's to come, what could come, what is now, because so much is happening right now. So much is happening around the world. Like, there's no need for us to just harp on what used to be, like, oh my gosh, the trauma. But also, I think it's a both. Any space that there's trauma about what happened to our people, there should also be what is happening now and what could possibly happen.
It's about stripping away what we think is our identity, or what we've been told is our identity, right? And then allowing something to be birthed out of that.